A function pointer is a type of pointer supported by third-generation programming languages and object-oriented programming languages. Instead of referring to data values, a function pointer points to executable code within memory. When dereferenced, a function pointer can be used to invoke the function it points to and pass it arguments just like a normal function call. Such an invocation is also known as an indirect call, because the function is being invoked indirectly through a variable instead of directly through a fixed name or address. Function pointers can be used to simplify code by providing a simple way to select a function to execute based on runtime values. Simple function pointers. The simplest implementation of a function pointer is as a variable containing the address of the function within executable memory. Older third-generation languages such as PLI and COBOL, as well as more modern languages such as Pascal and C generally implement function pointers in this manner. Such pointers in older languages are generally less type-safe than in more modern languages since the latter associate more typing information with a function pointer variable, such as the data type of the return value of the function and the data type information of the parameters to the function. Example in C =, the following C program illustrates the use of two function pointers. Func1 takes one double precision parameter and returns another double, and is assigned to a function which converts centimeters to inches. Func2 takes a pointer to a constant character array as well as an integer and returns a pointer to a character, and is assigned to a string library function which returns a pointer to the first occurrence of a given character in a character array. The next program uses a function pointer to invoke one of two functions indirectly from another function. The program operates by having function main call function compute sum twice, passing it a pointer to the library function sin the first time, and a pointer to function cost the second time. Function compute sum in turn invokes one of the two functions indirectly by dereferencing its function pointer argument funcp multiple times, adding together the values that the invoked function returns and returning the resulting sum. The two sums are written to the standard output by main. Functors. Functors, or function objects, are similar to function pointers, and can be used in similar ways. A functor is an object of a class type that implements the function call operator, allowing the object to be used within expressions using the same syntax as a function call. Functors are more powerful than simple function pointers, being able to contain their own data values, and allowing the programmer to emulate closures. They are also used as callback functions if it is necessary to use a member function as a callback function. Many pure object-oriented languages do not support function pointers. Something similar can be implemented in these kinds of languages, though, using references to interfaces that define a single member function. CLI languages such as C and Visual Basic.NET implement type-safe function pointers with delegates. In other languages that support first-class functions, functions are regarded as data, and can be passed, returned, and created dynamically directly by other functions, eliminating the need for function pointers. Extensively using function pointers to call functions may produce a slowdown for the code on modern processors, because branch prediction may not be able to figure out where to branch to, although this effect can be overstated as it is often amply compensated for by significantly reduced non-indexed table lookups. Method pointers. C++ is object-oriented, so classes can have methods. Non-static member functions have an implicit parameter which is the pointer to the object it is operating on, so the type of the object must be included as part of the type of the function pointer. The method is then used on an object of that class by using one of the pointer-to-member operators. Although function pointers in C and C++ can be implemented as simple addresses, so that typically syzyelv, fx, syzyelv, void, member pointers in C++ are often implemented as fat pointers, typically 2 or 3 times the size of a simple function pointer, in order to deal with virtual inheritance. In C++, a C++ typical use of pointers to functions is for passing a function as an argument to another function, since these cannot be passed dereferenced. Alternatively, it is possible to use the C++ standard library class template std function, of which the instances are function objects. Pointers to member functions in C++. This is how C++ uses function pointers when dealing with member functions of classes or structs. These are invoked using an object pointer or a this call. They are type-safe in that you can only call members of that class using a pointer of that type. This example also demonstrates the use of a typed for the pointer to member function add for simplicity. Function pointers to static member functions are done in the traditional C style because there is no object pointer or this call required. See also, delegation, function object, higher order function, procedural parameter. References. External links, FAQ on function pointers, things to avoid with function pointers, some information on using function objects, function pointer tutorials, a guide to C++ function pointers, callbacks, and function objects, member function pointers and the fastest possible C++ delegates, code project article by Don Clugston, pointer tutorials, C++ documentation and tutorials, secure function pointer and callbacks in Windows programming, code project article by Elvam, the C book, function pointers in C by the C book, function pointers in DBase DBL, function pointer in DBase DBL.